What's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Halucha, aka Matthew J. Brownlee, and I'm back with another, for the first time in a very long time, AEW review thing. Raw, I did a AEW observation thing because I didn't really watch the show, and I heard it was horrible. So I just watched some of the highlights and seen what people said about it, and pretty much just gave my opinions and my takeaways from the show. I did watch AEW for the first time in a while, and it was a good show. It was fine for the show, but I don't think this show was. I don't want to say good enough, but it's not worthy for me to do like a top five. So instead, I'm going to do the same thing I did for Raw. I'm just gonna do things that I took away from the show, a little bit of observations and stuff like that, kind of some questions because like I said, also haven't watched AEW in a while, so there are probably some questions I have, and maybe people can answer it for me. I did not get to watch NXT because I worked Tuesday, and I thought that Peacock would have their thing, like NXT's thing on their Peacock, but they didn't have it there, so I don't know when they're gonna put that up. So I'll probably do NXT again Thursday. Have that up Thursday. Tomorrow, Wednesday, Friday. Boom. So yep. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff, and yeah, let's get into this. So AEW as a whole was fine. Um, I noticed there's some points I've noticed, and some good, some not so good. And we're going to get into one of the main ones that pretty much I had a problem with. And that was a lack of your your women's champion, Hikaru Shida. It seems like everybody else has been like all the women, like kudos to AW for having a, their division for women is not horrible anymore. Because that's one thing that a lot of people complained about was their women's division. It was not good, and especially because like they had the whole Rona, COVID thing. People couldn't make it because everybody was in Japan. People got injured, so the division wasn't strong. And now the division, you got Serena Deeb's there, Thunder Rosa, Britt Baker, Hikaru Shida, Jade, Red Velvet, um, Chris Statlander. She's back. I love her to death. She's great. Um, I almost said Awesome Kong, not Awesome Kong. My girl, Bunny's there. Allie. Nyla Rose, that's the name I was thinking. So you have you have yourself a solid division, but your champion should be in that division. Like Abdon's there too, but your main champion should be in the division. And then somebody tried to argue. It was like, well, sorry for AEW trying to put over your women, put over women's division, your women on the show. And it's like you can put women over on the show, but like literally it's April. It's April right now. And your top five, like the women, your top five was like 7-1, 6-2, 4-0, 4-0, stuff like that. Kushida. Shida, who is your champion, is 2-0. She's had two matches in 2021. Two. Dos. How are you the champion if you've only had two matches in AEW? That's crazy. Even when Brock Lesnar was champion, by now he'd at least have three matches. He probably have one at the Royal Rumble. He had one at WrestleMania. He'd probably have one either at Fastlane and or whatever the one they have between those two. They have four, so he'd literally have like at least three. So how your champion only got two? Crazy. That's ridiculous. Um, so yeah, that's a little. That was a kind of a little weird thing to me. It's like, how's your champion? And it's not even. It's been that since like last year too. It's like she's been your champion, but your main people has been. Oh, Tyra Conti, she's been killing it as well. So it's like next week they're gonna have Sheeta versus Ty Conti, and they went to be like, oh, let's look at the video package for them too, or what brought them to the thing, and it was literally like 30 seconds. It was like Ty Conti, she's been winning matches, and Hikaru Shida said she's been wanting to face people in like America, and that was it, and that was the package. I was like, that's it, like really? So I mean, that's crazy. But yeah, that's a little weird. Like they need to get on their champion. Their champion needs to be there. Thunder Rosa's after her and Serena Deeb, who we also haven't seen for a good minute. Don't know where she is. Britt Baker, she's been killing it. Ty Conti, she's getting her chance next week. Red Velvet, who was number 2, which caught me by surprise. I didn't even know she was on the top 5. Britt Baker, I'm assuming that she's gonna be in that number 2 slot after she said she had like a match at on that Monday show. You know, she's been doing good work. She's been doing her thing. Yeah, Jade Carwell and Red Velvet, they've been doing really good things together. Their match was decently good. It wasn't the best match, but it was good for what they did. Red Velvet, she came out hot in the streets, and you know Jade Carwell, she just used raw power. You know, she did a like a fall away slam onto the crowd, like the women in the crowd. She did that. That was great. And then she hit grand slam. And then 1, 2, 3 was over. Jade Carwell's great. Good that they're building her up because she's awesome. Chris Statlander, love her with the best friend. She's fantastic. I love her. I love her. I love her. I love her so much. Her and Thunder Rosa and Britt Baker, for me, those are the 3 top in WW or WWE in AEW, with maybe yeah, those are the top 3 in my opinion. But yeah, they're all great. I love them all. Next up, what I noticed, I guess there's 4 points in this. So the next thing I noticed is there wasn't really the star power on this show was not, it was there, not there really. You could tell there was no John Moxley. Kenny Omega didn't really wrestle. He was on the backstage, but he didn't wrestle. My guy Eddie Kingston wasn't there. Cody wasn't there. None of the Dark Nightmare family people were there. So yeah, it was a little weird that they weren't there. And you could tell by the show, like there was some good decent stuff, but it was like you're missing your big thing. Like your main event, which was fine main event, was Darby Allin versus Matt Hardy in the Falls Count Anywhere match for the TNT Championship. Which was a good solid match. A little for my liking, it's a little too convoluted. You know, they had their stuff. Obviously, when they said nobody's gonna get involved, obviously people from Hardy's camp is gonna get involved. Then Dark Order got involved, and then everybody went crazy. Sting came out, and Lance Archer came out, and I think Scorpio Sky and Ethan Page came out, which was kind of hilarious that Ethan Page and Scorpio Sky's a tag team, because Scorpio Sky was with SCU, and he was like, oh, I gotta go, I gotta do my own thing, and then he did his own thing, and they were like, yeah, we're gonna put you back in the tag team, which he could have just stuck with SCU, but that's not my business. But yeah, that was the whole thing. I thought they were gonna wrestle, further than the ringside, because they set Falls Count Everywhere. So it was like, oh, it's Falls Count Anywhere, they can go anywhere, and they literally just went up by like the announce table, and that was as far as they went. I mean, the match, it was still fine. Matt Hardy, Darby Allin went for a coffin drop. No, boom, stared to the back of the back. Twist of Fate with his neck on the chair. He did a leg drop, to the top. He did that. Sting threw the bat at, to him. He said, caught it, said, give me that bat, beat him with the bat, relentlessly. and then choked him out with the bat, did the coffin drop for the win. That was good stuff. That was all good stuff. But it was just missing that those you know the people who they paid to see. It's kind of missing that. But you know, it is what it is. I just miss them. So it just felt like an average show with that. But Christian Cage was there. Um, I guess he has a feud with Team Taz, and there's a weird thing going on with Cage and Brian Cage, and uh, my boy Ricky Starks. There's a thing going on with those two, and I thought that Brian Cage would have left um, Team Taz a long time ago, but yeah, he didn't. I guess they're planning on for the leave. Maybe if the FTW championship is canon, which I don't think it is. Maybe that's something for like Ricky Starks can take. Maybe Team Taz was like, oh, you don't belong with that championship. That champion, that's ours. And he was like, you want it, come take it from me. And then maybe Will Hobbs tries to go for it, and he doesn't. He unsuccessfully does it. And then maybe his son tries. His son gets beat up, and then maybe Ricky Starks is the one to take it from him. Maybe they fight over that. I don't know. But yeah, I loved the thing where he came where Cage came out and Taz came. He was like, "Man, you've been dodging my calls. I've been trying to get to you. Like, what's up?" And then they went back and forth. And he was like, "I tried to be a professional to go to the backstage and deal with you, but since you wanna do it now, let's do it." He was like, "I don't want to join your team pretty much because you even said yourself that the shit is a dumpster fire. It's a shit hole or dumpster fire, and I didn't come here um, to fix your stable, your people. I came here to win championships." At first, when I said that, I was like, "Oh, maybe he's gonna go after the FTW championship. Maybe it is canon. Maybe he'll face Brian Cage for the title and beat him. Maybe." Um, and Taz was like, Taz got mad because he was there, and Christian said, I'm glad you're standing on that top ramp so we can actually see people eye to eye, see each other eye to eye, which made him mad because it was a short joke. And then Taz was like, "Hey, yeah," he was like, "Yeah, very funny. If I was standing on my top of my wallet, I'd be taller than your big stupid ego head." And then Christian was like, "Yeah, all that bingo hall money." I was like, "Dang." He's like, "Yeah, that bingo, yeah, all that bingo hall money, yeah, other money too," which was hilarious. And he got hot at him, and then Will Hobbs was like, "Hey, you know what? Don't worry about it." Will Hobbs took him out, beat him up, and then the son sort of got involved. Power Hobbs took him out, and yeah, that was good stuff. So Christian's gonna face Power Hobbs uh, next week, and he's gonna beat Power Hobbs next week. But Hobbs is gonna get his stuff in. So yeah, so it's just a lack of star stuff. Other things that happened was QT had his new stable was there, and yeah, that's really it. This one guy was there. I don't remember his name, but he punched the dude in the chest and he quit. So yeah, yeah. Um, yeah. So my next point, one of my two final points, is that which is these are the last two. These are the last two good stuff that happened in AEW, and that's Pinnacle versus Inner Circle. This was decent stuff. I liked it. I like how MJF was kind of trying to talk to Mike Tyson about hey, doing the right thing, as in cheating to help us win. What Mike Tyson was like is like, "Boy, I sock you." MJF is like, "Hey, I'm not telling you to cheat, but I got this blank check, and then he and then Mike Tyson ripped it up, he put it in his mouth, he chewed it, and tried to spit it at like MJF, but he kind of missed because the spit was kind of like. But that was kind of funny. And then he did. Then Inner Circle was with Tyson, and I love the thing where he keeps referring to on Monday night, like on WWE on Raw, where he got knocked out by Tyson. Joe, he was like, it like still hurts. I love how he like just mentions on like on a Monday, he punched me in my eye. It was funny. And he was like, "Yeah, I like you." He's like, like Chris, I like you, Chris. But if you step out of line, I'm gonna have to knock you out too. He was like, "I know, I got hit in the eye. I remember how that was." So baby faces for Inner Circle is great. I love how they're great. I love Dax Harwood. I love Dax Harwood. He's so underrated. He's so good. And again, this match was fine, but a whole bunch of everything just going on. There was supposed to be no Inner Circle and no Pinnacle, but of course, as always, Pinnacle comes out, and then Inner Circle comes out, and everybody just beating each other up. I love I love Cash Wheeler was trying to cheat, and then Mike Tyson comes around. He's about to do something, and Sammy Guevara just boom beats Mike Tyson with a punch and starts like beating him up, like just taking him out. Crowd's going crazy for Sammy, and then in the end, during the match, Chris Jericho, obviously, because him and Mike Tyson are friends, he thought it would be okay to get him a chair. Give me the chair. No, don't be crazy. And then Dax, beats him up. And then he went to get a high five for Mike Tyson. And then Mike Tyson goes for a high five. Dax, moves in, just bucks at him. And Mike Tyson, of course, him being real, is about to beat Dax up. He like grabs him, picks him up. He was like, "Oh wait, sorry, my bad." That was hilarious. And then he tried to get the bat, and then he takes the bat from Dax, and then Chris Jericho beats him up and stuff like that. So that was good stuff. Good stuff that they do. Line Saw, Code Breaker, nice looking Brain Buster, all good stuff. I enjoyed it all. But of course, in the end, they did the thing. Sammy beat him up. Everybody from Inner Circle came up. I saw a person with blonde hair. I was like, "Who is that with the Pinnacle? Who's that dude with blonde hair?" I was like, "Why is he there?" And then it got a close up. I was like, "Oh, that's Sean Spears. He's part of that." Oh, yeah. I knew that. And then at the end, boom, hit him with that Judas effect, the Judas effect elbow thing for the win. They win. They're gonna lose at Blood and Guts, but good win for Jericho. Nice showing off for Dax Harwood because tag team wrestlers can do great singles work. Look at Jey Uso. Look at Dax Harwood. Xavier Woods, Kofi Kingston has been a single star. So, good stuff for them. And the final thing from AEW, because I think I got everything. The final thing is the Elite Takeover. That's pretty much what it is, the Elite Takeover. The Bucks heel turned it up. Opened the show talking about why they did what they did. Pretty much said family over everything. They're not just, friends. They're not just, the blood people. They're real family. And, Don Callis said sometimes, we act, we're acting different. He's like, this is the old Young Bucks. He's like, this is not the old Young Bucks, the new Young Bucks. Like, this is just us. This is how we are. This is how what you guys wanted. This is what you guys are going to get. And what we got was a great match. Again, this was a little more storytelling. What I liked about this match was it was more story from the Young Bucks than they normally do. As I say, like when they're doing stories, like they're better than anybody. When they want to do stories, they just sometimes don't like telling stories. They just like doing flips and kicks and all the other good stuff, it is what it is. They got some dope ring gear. They did the New Japan when they did the thing and not the confetti, the yarn stuff that came out. Pac is so good. Ray Phoenix is fantastic. And so obviously he was going to get a great match out of this. My favorite part of this whole thing was they that Matt was on the outside. They were beating up. They were beating him up. Matt was on the outside, and Pac was gonna tag in Ray Phoenix after he just got beaten up, and then Matt pulls Ray Phoenix down, and then he gets on the apron, and he was like, "Oh, tag me in!" He's tag me in, and then Pac is like slowly moving towards, and then like he tags himself in on he like fake tags himself in, and then he's doing like babyface fire babyface promo. He's doing the clotheslines. He's like, ah, yeah, the scoop slams, which was actually fantastic. That was hilarious. That was my favorite part of the whole match. But of course, but like, what you get what you're gonna get with four great wrestlers. You're gonna get some some good tag teams. You're gonna get some high flying stuff. You're gonna see some stuff that you never seen, like the rope, like the on the ropes. Uh, uh, Ray Phoenix went to do like a springboard thing on the top rope, uh, but like he had Matt or Nick, one of them, Nick Jackson on it, and then he bounced off and like hit a poison Rana. There was the actual word for like the destroyer, like back poison Rana. He hit one of those. That was great. He did one of his suicide things, took him out. Super kicks to the face, super kicks to the knees. They did that on Matt Jackson. Uh, yeah, no, this match was fantastic. It was a really good match. In the end, they took Pac out. Um, Ray Phoenix went to do his babyface comeback and stuff like that, and then Matt takes the mask off. He covers his face. He took that mask off smooth. That mask the way he took that mask off was smooth. It was like no struggle or anything. He just give me that mask, and then he covered his face. Turned around, boom, stiff as sin, super kicks, stereo super kicks for the Uno, Doso, and Treso, and still tag team champions of the AEW. The Young Bucks, as all the 4 or 5 tag teams. I think Best Friends, Butcher and Blade. Oh, who else was there? Other people. I don't remember who else was there. I just remember those two were there. But there was like I know at least 4 teams that was out there watching that match. But the ones that I want to see tag team champions is Santa Ortiz, because they're great. Santana Ortiz are fantastic, and they should be tag team champions, but they're not. Oh, SCU was out there too. I think there's still one more, but I remember SCU was out there. SCU, Santana Ortiz, and Butcher and Blade. Yeah. Uh, but yeah, that was that part, and then they had uh Adam Page with Dark Order, pretty much talk about what he thinks about their new, you know, the new ways that they've been. He was like, I just want to drink and eat food with my peoples. Johnny Hung Hung is out here looking clean, and I'm gonna give us all some food. So he's pretty much ignoring the fact that they're all back together to sweeten it up, and he's it seems like he likes the Dark Order and he likes being with them, but it's like, miss my friends, which is good storytelling because Adam Page is great. Hangman Adam greatness. And then they did a backstage promo. This is where Kenny Omega and the Good Brothers were. Shoved Alex Marvez out the way, which was unfortunate for Alex Marvez. He's pretty great. And he just said, hey, you said you wanted the old Kenny Omega. This is what you got. You said you wanted the old Young Bucks. This is what you got. And the Bucks said, it don't matter what tag team you come face to us. We are the best tag team in the world. And the Good Brothers is like, yeah, they're pretty good. And it doesn't matter who wants it. Dark Order, Santana Ortiz, Best Friends, SCU, Butcher, Blade. It doesn't matter. You want to step up, we're the top. We're the creme de la creme. Yeah, and then they left. So, yeah. All in all, I'd give if I would grade the show, I'd probably give it a B. The beginning and ending matches were fantastic. They were really good. When you have the Young Bucks, Ray Phoenix, and Pac, I mean, you're not gonna have a bad match. They can put on at least a 4-star match with their eyes closed. So I mean, that match was never gonna be bad. Uh, Credit to Matt Hardy for well, they said they filmed this before because I guess they knew his father passed, so they had filmed it before the show. So good on him. Rest in peace to his father. Him and Jeff, their father. Um, Good way to put over Darby Allin. Darby Allin has been killing it, and that's another check on his list to becoming one of the best TNT champions of all time. Even though there's only been he's like the third one. So I like that. New challenges for him. Uh, they might do a Lance Archer. I don't know if he faced Lance Archer yet. I'm assuming they'll probably eventually do Sting. But good on him. I'm glad that he's still champion. Uh, yeah, I'm kind of, sort of, a little bit interested to see how QT's new stable is gonna be. I don't remember what it's called, but interesting to see how that goes. The women's division is very good, but Hikaru Shida, if she's gonna be champion, she needs more feuds because her just wrestling like two times. Next week is gonna be a third time in 4 months, almost 5 months. That's no bueno for any champion. So I mean, Roman Reigns is tribal chief. He at least wrestled what 4 or 5. He at least have like 4 or 5 matches under his belt, and he doesn't like to wrestle. I mean, shoot, Edge. I mean, he's not a champion, but at least even Edge wrestled more times than Sheeta did, and Edge just got back. But anyways, that was the show. That was my breakdown, my observation, if you will, of the show. How do you like this format? Is it any good? Let me know. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out.